lights out. Feel the twitch in my veins. Carbon fiber blood stain. Telemetry screaming, I'm not just a driver, I'm a weapon. Grip the wheel like a vice. Every apex sacrifice. Brake late, dive deep. I see your fear, it's mine to keep. Burn it down, build the crown. This league don't play, we tear it out. Throttle pulse, no remorse. We race to break the course.
Welcome to Austin, Texas for the United States Grand Prix. With lots of overtaking opportunities, this track is quickly becoming a firm fan favourite. As the clock ticks down to lights out, let's join the teams down on the grid. We're racing then today in Travis County, Texas, around the 20 corners of this wonderful Circuit of the Americas. We'll be reaching speeds of around 200 miles per hour here today, and there are plenty of good opportunities to pass, especially through the two DRS zones into Turn 1 and the long back straight into Turn 12.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to RMPT F1. We have the Titans division tonight taking the track COTA. As we saw last night, Division 1 was here, and there was some really close racing, and I'm kind of expecting that. So up on the screen right now is the championship battle that we've got. So there's 2 races to go in the season. As you can see, we got Jono in the McLaren at 86 points, and then Broadster with 74, followed by Fat Cat Batman at 72, Campbell Adams 68, and Meowsy 67. So anything can still happen. If a couple of big mistakes happen from the front two, then who knows? It could just change the landscape, so to speak. So the cars are just taken to the track right now, but that's the championship order at the minute, and we'll see what's going to happen. So it looks like and sounds like it's just me tonight in the comms box. So we're going to have to deal with maybe some split personalities. Who knows? We'll figure it out as we go. But the boys are just getting their setups on and getting out to the track. And it looks to be cloudy at the minute. So could there be some rain in Austin, Texas tonight? We'll find out. I've just got to get some things taken care of on my side. A little bit of admin work. And then I will hop back across and we will get some onboards going and go from there. So here we go. Let's get the map up for everybody. Let's get some telemetry up. Why not? Everybody's going to be out on softs. Look at that. Ta-da! You know what? Let's fastest lap. We're good to go. So, is Billy Bob on comms tonight? He might show up. There may be an appearance. Hey, Jerbot, thanks for tuning in, mate. But Billy Bob might just get an appearance. It is COTA after all. It would almost be, what's the word? Remiss if he doesn't show up tonight, that's for sure. What's going on, Roshan? See you in the chat saying, let's go, Brody. Clearly cheering for Broadster, who is out there in the Ferrari at the minute. So he's on your screen currently as well. He's invalidated his lap, but it's just an out lap. You know, at the end of the day, it's just a bit of practice going on right now. A few of the cars are very tightly packed together, so not too sure how that's going to pan out at the end, but we'll see how we go. Hopefully nobody catches some dirty air. Alright, I'm all set up. So, we got some new, like, channel point things to spend points on. So take a look at that. Just have a quick browse. I know Husey has been setting up some stuff in there. Lockie would like an invite to the lobby. Yeah, I can get that sorted for you, mate. Good thing it's early in quali. All right, that's sent. So we see Wingy Woo. He's already in the 131s. And, that was big talk in the Titans div chat before the race is, the times that people are going to be setting. There's some talk about 129s even, which is, completely out of my depth. There's no chance I'm hitting a 129. Not even if I had some grip hacks on. I don't think I'd touch that number. But these guys, no worries. And there goes Yusuf. A 130.5. So 6/10 clear of Wingy Woo. Campbell Adams is here as well. So we got John O. Campbell Adams. Ryan marked himself unavailable again, so not too sure what's going on with him. But the Alpine drivers missed his second race in a row. Pretty unfortunate for him. And there's only one race left to go in the season. So Silverstone turned out to be the big point dog. And we knew it was going to be. It was just a matter of seeing how it was going to go. I think, is Broadster on his lap? Yes, he is. So we'll just stay on Broadster with his lap. But yeah, I just want to talk about Silverstone. Jono was the big dog out of Silverstone. I think he got the most points. It was a sprint race weekend, but the way everything panned out, we just gave points based off of how you finished. We didn't do the sprint race for the Titans division. Some of the drivers were a little bit too precious, but, we all have opinions. I just want to race and have a good time. That's the type of person I am. But, not everybody just wants to race. Some people just want it to be, an absolute slogfest in the competition. Looks like Broadster's on his in lap at the moment. He's at a 131.1. Or is he going? I can't tell. He's got the fuel light on, but, that Red Bull got out of the way. So, McJammy Dodge. A 130.7 for my Aston Martin teammate. Good job, McJammy. Or Meowsy Gaming, whatever you want to be called tonight. Yeah, Roshan in the chat saying, Campbell could probably do a 129.9. Yeah. We're going to see the track ramp up as well, so you can't discredit that at all. A couple of new drivers. So we got ZK, or number one Swith, on track at the minute. I think that's the only new guy that we've got tonight. Trent's raced here before. Mini Jorgo's finally been able to make it for a race, so that's good to see from him. I know his work has been fighting him, saying, nah, mate, you got to work, and, he hasn't been able to be on the track as much as he would like. Tyrone's fighting some demons tonight, so hopefully he sets a good time, doesn't get too disheartened. But let's go ahead and we're going to sit on board with Mini Jorgo and watch him as he goes around the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas, and see how we go. Jerabot says he needs Broadster to coach him. Mate, any one of these drivers should be able to coach some of us. And I think if there was a way that they would do that, that would be so fantastic. That's something that I would love to see moving forward. Maybe season 2, a bit of a mentor program kind of thing going on. Who knows? Maybe even some sort of incentives for doing stuff like that. We're trying to create a culture here, and we don't want it to be like 100% you do everything for a reward. Sometimes the reward should just be, you know what, I'm helping out and I'm helping everybody, and that should be reward enough. As Jorgo looks like he's just burning fuel, maybe. I don't know. That was interesting lines from the Mercedes driver at the minute. Or he could just be timing it and going, you know what, it's not really working out. But he's got full battery in none mode. Don't know if he's having issues with his wheel, but he's can't even say he's testing the track limits, but it's definitely, if this was a coloring book, he'd be well outside of the lines on all the pages. All right, let's see. He's throwing it down. Here we go. Now Jorgo's on his lap. I got onto him a little bit too early. He's got clean air in front of him as he heads uphill to this left-hander. It's really tight. Cuts that apex. Okay, probably could have cut it a little bit tighter. I mean, I can't talk trash. I'm not nearly as good as these guys, but here we go through the S's. It's flat stick, 7th gear. Might cut it down to 6 on the last one. As he does, there it is. Then 5th for the double left or single left. I don't know, however you want to look at it, but I call it a double left. And then 4th as he goes uphill through that chicane, as he heads down to that hairpin turn that goes on the downhill straight here in Austin. And the cars can get up to about 350 Ks, so we'll see how fast he gets up to. He's currently burning. He's in 8th gear. He's got the DRS open. Only 330, so he might have a bit of downforce on that car. Maybe he's running higher wings, but I was expecting to see a little bit more top end speed from Jorgo. And here we go. So another, tricky turn. And this is where you see a lot of passing here, is that double left, and then one of the only tracks to have it, but a quadruple apex right-hand turn. And he just makes it look so smooth coming out of there. Onto the brakes, into the 5th gear, carries the car wide, but not too wide. Clips the curves just nice. Final turn, smooth on that throttle, and Mini Jorgo goes a 132.6. So he'll definitely be looking to improve on his next run out. There's no doubt about that. But Campbell Adams, is he playing possum again? No, he's out there on the track currently. So he's currently finishing. There it is. There it is. Who said that? Roshan with a, yep, on the money. On the money by 8 thousandths of a second. He hit that 129.9. 6 tenths ahead of Yusuf. It's looking like it might be the Campbell show tonight. But Jono is the other man to watch. So he's your current championship leader. He's on a lap at the minute, going down to the hairpin after that long DRS straightaway. I've got a double Jackson Cokes in my hand right now. It might be a quadruple. It's a big one. If I learned anything by doing comms by myself, it's that you need something to drink. Good job by that Ferrari driver. I don't know if that was Broadstore or Apollo Pepsi. Oh! I don't know what just happened there, chat. Was that a bit of lag? That just really threw me way off my game. But Jono sets a 130.9 for his first lap out here in COTA. So he'll be coming in and waiting for that track to ramp up. Yeah, that was pretty crazy, Husey. I thought he was going straight through that DRS sign into the wall. Thought he completely lost control of that McLaren, but I was wrong. I'm glad I was wrong. But yeah, definitely one of those things that threw me off. And then there we see ZK set a time of 131.8. So he'll be looking to get that car back into the pits as quickly as possible. Driving for Aston Martin tonight. So Lockie was the late entry. He's hopped in the Alpine. It's a little bit crazy at the minute with teams. We'll get this all fixed up. You want 4K. What do you mean you want 4K? I can't stream in 4K, bro. That would murder my PC. Absolute murder. I don't have that good of a PC. By all means, though, my pay ID is open. If you would like to see streams in 4K, hit me up. I'll send you my digits. We can pay ID. We can make this happen. Need to summon Billy Bob. Is that right? What a thing. Who's got 4,000 points in this chat right now? I can't even see the point tally. But who's got 4K points? As everyone's in the pits. So this final round of quali is going to be absolute chaos. Everyone's in the pits. Now, if there's anything we learned during Division 1, you have to be heading out of the pits at a minimum of about 2 minutes, and that is exiting pit lane. And that will allow everyone to spread out a little bit. Maybe 2:15, so you probably want to leave the garage at 2:45, 3 minutes. And it looks like we're starting to see the McLaren go to the track. Or is he coming in? I can't tell. Ferrari just ducked out, so we'll hop on board with the Ferrari. Figure out who that is. It looks like it's going to be Broadsta. Can't tell. Cheers, EA. Cheers. Lockie's currently on it, and he's coming in. I'll just be quiet. So it's Apollo Pepsi. Apollo Pepsi and Jorgo have started their outlaps already. Pretty smart, if you ask me. Jorgo might want to slow down a little bit, because as we know in F125, the track reaches its peak condition with 2 minutes to go in quali. So the track will not evolve any further after 2 minutes. Looks like we're seeing a kit come out. That may be Flubber. Or is he waiting until the last minute? No, that's Flubber. He doesn't like to wait. He's impatient, that's for sure. And there's a few cars heading out right now. So here we go. This is where it gets a little bit crazy. Can get a little bit argy-bargy. So, chat, I don't want to, float Campbell Adams' ego, but who are we saying is going to take P2? Because with Campbell Adams 6/10 ahead of P2, it's a fair call that he's going to be pole. So who are we going to say is going to go P2? Let us know. Throw the name out there. I don't have a compadre here to work it out on the predictions, so we could earn some more points. We got Broadsta, so Hughesy's saying Broadsta. Broadsta for P2 is a pretty good call. He is 3.5 tenths behind at the minute. As we're seeing Apollo Pepsi start his lap. And who is the last car on the track? Is that Mini Jorgo? It is. So he's timed it pretty good, I reckon. He'll be the last one to set a time, so he's going to be the one to watch. But it is absolute bedlam in Sector 2 at the minute, towards the end of that straight. All these cars are a bit too close together. They'll need to work it out. They'll need to work out some spacing, or else some dirty air is going to happen. There's no doubt about that. Tyrone's probably in one of the best spots. It looks like he's going to start his lap with clean air. There's an Alpine, it looks like, or yeah, I think an Alpine getting out the way. So I think that's Lockie, actually. Husey wants to get into a bit of the Titan Bedlam and do the 100% spa race. No quali. You'll be starting at the front. That is something to say. There will be no new reserves next week. So if you have not raced here before, you will not be racing at Spa. Like, it's just too risky. Championships on the line. Tyrone's had a moment going through Sector 1, so that's finished his quali. He's going to be P13 at best. He's probably going to be kicking himself. This track does get so greasy, and it's really easy to lose yourself on it. So, it's really unfortunate for a teacher man down in Tasmania, but hopefully he can make up some positions in the race. He's doing a really good job of getting out of the way of everyone right now. He is very mindful of that. But here we go. So Flubber's just come across the line, and he set a 1:31.7. Next we got Wingy Woo. He's setting it up. Not really improving on his time, but he does by about 1/10 and a half. Followed by, it looks like Trent. No, it was Dante. Dante come across the line, invalidated all of his laps. Super unfortunate for him. Dante's got pace. Dante has a ton of pace, so I don't know what's happened for him. Maybe he had a bit of hardware issue. Not too sure. Trent's just done a 131.4. Then we see the Alpine go squiggly bits all behind him. And ZK sets a 131.4 as well. Now here they go. They're starting to pour in. And I can't keep up with them. So we'll just try and see what's going on. Lockie invalidated his lap. Toddy comes through with a 131.8. We're seeing ZK come across with a 131.6. Then who's next? We got Tyrone into the pits. And that is going to do it. So there is your quali, everyone. So we got Campbell Adams up front, followed by Meowsy Gaming. Then Yusuf, Wingy Woo, Oxchillo, Broadsta, Jono, Trent, ZK, Number One Swith, RMPT Flubber. I don't know why I said that, but here, it is by myself. We got Toddy in P13. Lockie, almost forgot him, in P12. Tyrone P14. Apollo Pepsi P15. Definitely not what he wanted to see. Followed by Mini Jorgo and then Dante. So we'll just take a look at these times. I'm going to go slow. I've had some issues with Racing League tools lately, so we will find out. Lots of speeding in the pit lane. These guys love it. So as you guys know, in Titans, Parc Ferme is off. So these guys can change their setup in between quali and the race. So right now we're just waiting for that time to go by. Then these boys will change their setups, get their strategy set the tires, and then we will go off to the races here in the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. Fun fact, I've been to Austin, Texas many, many, many years ago. I think it was like 1997. It was a pretty good town, to be honest. Like, good party life, good party atmosphere. Went to the campus there, University of Texas. May have attended a couple of parties before I headed home. That was quite fun. All right, so how many safety cars are we going to see, chat? Will we see a safety car? You know what? Let's get a prediction in. Start prediction. All right, predictions in chat. Will we see a safety car? Let us know. Throw some channel points up there. Let's get some battles in the channel points going. Let's give people some more points. Why not? Jerbot's saying Wingy's going to Bennett by lap 7 and bring out a safety car. So here we go. We got 3, 4, 5 lights. They're out and away we go here in Austin, Texas. It looks to be a semi-clean start. Yusef gets a jump on Meowsy. Meowsy's going up the inside. Everything's looking clean. A little bit of brake lock up from the... I couldn't see from a blue car there. We're going 2 and 3 wide. Here we go. Sector 1 through the S's. Oh, 3 wide in the back. It looks relatively clean. Oh, there is Tyrone. That is unfortunate for the McLaren driver. Lap 1 safety car. There it is. End submissions. Sorry, fellas. Nobody said no. We got the safety car out. Lap 1. Just going to pay out these points, and it looks like only 2 people took part in the time that it was available. So you know what? Let's go again. Let's start a prediction. Will we see a second safety car or VSC? Let's go. We're going to let this one go. So we're going to do a couple of laps here. So we're going to do probably 2 laps. So we'll let this one go for 2 minutes again. All right, predictions in. There it is. So Division 1, much cleaner than Titans. I'll say that much. Division 1 is much cleaner than Titans. And if you're in our Discord, there's a new channel, right? And this was submitted by Dynasty Sparrow. This is a good idea. He wanted to put a channel for clean passes, for clips for clean passes, and things that happen here in Ramped. And you got to get on board with something like that because it's really good to promote good, clean racecraft, good, clean driving, and you kind of want to brag about it. And there was a bit of discussion. Basically, it was just me saying there might be something that eventuates from it. We could eventually turn that into like a whole server votes for overtake of the week, and then there might be like a little payout. Maybe I'll speak to the powers that be and some of our sponsors and get some Twitch vouchers out. I don't really know. I can't really make these calls. I'm just sprouting ideas. I'm talking to myself. I'm talking by myself. So that's what you just got to deal with tonight. Rainieri might be having heart palpitations because I know he's the one that handles the sponsors, but that's on him. Good to see he's tuning in. Hey Marzi, thanks a lot. Be sure to get your votes in, people. I see we got pretty much an even split right now. So a couple of you are saying yes, a couple of you are saying no. So that's really good. Let's throw these channel points in. Let's make it a wager worth it. So we're going to definitely see one lap behind this safety car. Let's just see what happens, hey. Let's just see what happens. You know what? If I can get my missus to make me another Jack and Coke, Billy Bob might just show up. Oh, here she is. Well, I swear. I tell you what, y'all, that is the most amazing thing. She just showed up. She's a goat. Thank you. Shaking her head, giving me the smile laugh. Is what it is. That's love, everybody. That is love. All right, so here we go. We're side by side. I can't tell if those lights on the safety car are out. No, they're still flashing. So, as you can see it there. So when the lights on the safety car are flashing in any race, it doesn't matter what creed or what it is. If the safety car lights are flashing, you're going one more lap. What's going on, Rainieri? How you doing, mate? I know you've got little Kiara on your chest right now. Mrs. isn't feeling too well. Oh, he's done it. Here we go. We got the Billy Bob. We got the Billy Bob call. He spent all of his points. He's done watched enough of these races. I really genuinely did not think that anybody would have 4,000 points other than me. And I was going to do it anyway. So, you know what? Thanks for spending your points. But here we go. So, we will break out Billy Bob on this safety car restart as we see Youssef almost clip that gearbox of Campbell Adams. Oh, I got to stand up. Got to stand up if Billy Bob's coming out. That's the only way to get that amperage going. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I've got enough battery in my headphones to make this happen. Hopefully I've got enough battery in my controller to make this happen. Should probably shut the door. We've got company over at the minute. But we're probably only going to see one more lap under safety car. I reckon it should come in. Tyrone. If you are watching the broadcast, or maybe Prancer or Marzi or, one of you boys in the chat, if y'all could reach out to Tyrone, see if maybe he wants to join me in the comms box. I could understand if he doesn't want to do that. He did join me in the comms box last night for Division 1. He did have a DNF tonight, which is never necessarily the way that you want to be taken out of a race, especially on lap 1, sector 1, turn 1 incident. So there we go. We can see it. Safety car is in this lap, and let's see if we can just see those lights on that safety car. It looks like Campbell is back in the pack up. Campbell's back in the pack up, getting ready for this restart. So when will we see him go? You know what? Let's throw the telemetry up on the screen. Let's get some details cranking. Let's go tire. So we're going to be on board with Campbell Adams for this restart. He can't go until that safety car enters the pit lane. So you got to be mindful of that. These boys don't understand what single file is. Campbell's probably going to crush it on the last turn. Like right as he turns in for that apex is when we're probably going to see him nail that throttle. So here we go. Watch that green bar at the bottom of your screen. Here we go. He is off. Campbell Adams has tried to get the jump on Youssef. Youssef did not buy it. He is only 7/10 behind as they go up into turn one. Wingy Woo is 2/10. He is chomping at the bit, looking to go up the inside. He does not get the job done, but they're going up through these S's. They're going side by side. Wingy Woo and Youssef are having the battle right now going through Sector 1, and they have made up over half a second on Campbell Adams. Would you look at that? Jono is creeping up. Bronston's creeping up. Ox Chillo is going down, unfortunately for him. But here we go. We got Youssef only half a click behind Campbell Adams. Wingy Woo's fall back behind Youssef. And then we got Meowsy Gaming. He is in that Aston Martin trying to catch up to those lead three. If he loses DRS, that could be night-night for that Aston Martin driver. But we do know he's got the pace. Now, Jono is right on the gearbox of that Aston Martin, looking like he wants a piece of that green machine as he heads down into, I'm going to say turn 12. I don't really know. They're going to make that tight left-hander and find out. Jono has done made the move, and he's made it stick quite easily on Mick Jammy Dodge. Wingy Woo's got to move on Youssef. Youssef is going back and forth. Here we go. This is that part we were talking about qualifying where they done get a lot of the overtake opportunities. And they're going side by side. There's a bit of banging. Oh, Lord, Campbell Adams has gotten hit. He's taken damage. It doesn't look like he's got any wing damage, but he's definitely dropped down like a sack of potatoes. He is down to P5 at the minute. Bronston's also dropped down a couple of spots. It looks like elbows out here in Austin, Texas. And who knows what's going to happen next? I don't know. Hopefully nobody straight lines somebody else. But we got 23 laps to go. We're all in a solid DRS train. Mini Jorgo's already in the pits. He's done cracked it and had enough. He said, "No, I don't want any more of this." And he's done retired in the pits. So there it is. We're looking like a solid DRS train. Wingy Woo is making the moves. Jono's making the moves. Jono is up to P2. That is your championship leader, and he is showing that he's got the muscle. He's got the guns out here in Austin and ready to show you that Second Amendment freedom of speech rights. Gets a little bit wiggly, and unfortunately for him, Wingy Woo gets the job done. Jono couldn't afford that. Like we said earlier, this track is greasy as, but Youssef is your effective leader at the minute. He's on the hard tires. Wingy Woo's on the mediums. Wingy Woo, you need to push it, bruv. Wingy Woo, Jono, Trent, Oxchillo, all you other yellow tires, you guys need to make the moves on these white tires. If you don't get it done in the next 2 to 3 laps, you're going to be hurting. But we did see a little bit of that reverse strategy play out yesterday. And the hard runners at the beginning, it didn't pay off for them, unfortunately. We will see what happens tonight, though. These guys are your Titans. These guys are your big dogs. They bring it down for the RMPT F1, and they are here to make a stamp and say that they're the best at OCE. But here we go. We're starting lap 6. We got one more turn. So Wingy Woo is only half a second behind. Jono is half a second behind. Campbell Adams has gone up from P5 to P4. He's got the move done on Trent. I'm seeing so many different things. Campbell Adams is also just taking the fastest lap. Trent is right behind. So ZK is getting the job done on Meowsy Gaming into turn 1. Meowsy taking it a bit wide down the outside. Bronsta is looking to line him up going through Sector 1. But as you know, that ERS is going to be off. So we're just going to hop on board with Meowsy Gaming as they go through Sector 1. Nice and tight. They're all catching dirty air from P1 all the way down to P14. This entire grid is doing a DRS train. Lockie is your first one with a penalty. He's getting the Husey Award for the night. As you all know, if you haven't been paying attention and it's your first time watching the stream, the Husey Award is the person who gets the first penalty of the night. Husey is about to make it all the time with the first penalty. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, Husey. I see you in the chat. You got to prove me wrong, brother. Until you prove me wrong, it's the Husey Award. But we're seeing Bronster. Oh, Bronster just outbreaks himself. And unfortunately for him, he's going to drop down 5 or 6 spots. Now he just comes into contact with the number 1 Swift and that other Aston Martin. Elbows out for Bronster. It is going side by side. Bronster and Swift said, I ain't having that in this town, boy. Get out of here. So Bronster has dropped from P6 all the way down to P14. Really unfortunate for the Ferrari driver right now, but hopefully he is able to regain his composure and get it back up on the track. Now we all know Bronster's got the heat. He brings the speed. So let's see what happens. Youssef has just taken the fastest lap, and here we go. We're on lap 7 out of 28. We are 25% done with this race. If you guys think that I can keep this up for another 40 minutes, y'all might be goddamn crazy, but I'm going to do my best. Campbell Adams is looking dicey on the gearbox of that McLaren. He is only 2/10 behind. But Jono is going to have the DRS as they come down to that long DRS train, heading down to that tight little hairpin. So it's a hairpin, long straight DRS, tight little hairpin. Jono covers the inside. Campbell says, I don't care, I'm sticking here. Jono ducks the outside of the racing line, makes it stick. He is not giving up P3 that easily as that McLaren driver. He is ready to go. He doesn't want to give up that championship lead, that is for sure. I need a drink, y'all. Oh, that's a strong Jax. That is a strong. I'll be right back. All right, I'm very sorry about that. Here we go, lap 8. There was a bit of a problem with the drink. It's what I like to call a 50-50. I mean, I guess it is one of them things. I call it a tea. Sometimes, there was a time when we were having a bit of drinks kicking on, me and the Mizzo, and I asked her at one point if she was trying to take advantage of me. She kept pouring me these Jack Daniels and Cokes, and I swear to you, they look like tea. Like iced tea. If y'all ever drank a Jack Daniels and Coca-Cola and it looked like iced tea, you know what I'm talking about. There was like 6 of her. I told her, I was like, there's 6 of you right now. I'd have the time of my life, but if you may, you know what I'm saying. But it's a bit rough when they're looking like that light tea color. So we just got to get that drink fixed up. But here we go. It's still looking like a good DRS train from P1 all the way down. Oh, Trent's dragging the ball. He's 2.3 seconds behind Campbell Adams. But, if I was Trent, I'd be so happy with that. Because, Trent's obviously a better driver than I am at the end of the day. But, if I'm 2.4 seconds behind Campbell Adams 8 laps in, I am happy as Larry. I don't know who Larry is. He was one of them 3 Stooges as far as I know. But, here we go. All right, lap 9 is starting. Youssef has just taken the fastest lap again with 135.7. Trent is still 2.5 seconds behind. So you're top 4 in a DRS train. But Youssef is starting to get away from that Wingy Woo character. He's 1.2 seconds behind Youssef. Wingy Woo, you got to find that throttle pedal, buddy. You got to burn a little bit of that ERS. It looks like Youssef has got the higher wings, that's for sure, because he is just smoking your boy through Sector 1. Those S's are just, oh, Lord, he just left them behind. Did y'all see that gap just get bigger and bigger and bigger? It went from 1.1 all the way to 2.1 in 1.5 sectors. Youssef has just found it. He said, nah, bruh, not today, champ. COTA is mine. All right, so Campbell Adams looking like he's getting ready to get the move done up on Jono. He is only 5, words, 5,000, 5 tenths, hundreds. You know what? He's close. He's super close. That's where we're at, y'all. He's super close. That's what it is. Trent is looking like he's dropping back a little bit. Oxchillo has got the pass done on him. I don't know where to go with the coverage, everybody. It is tight. It is so tight. It's like yellow and blue make green on a Ziploc bag of tight. You know what I'm saying? Jono's down to P4. Jono, mate, you just got to keep it clean, brother. Just keep it clean. Don't get no penalties. We got 3 drivers with pens on the grid right now. We're going to hop up and see what those penalties are. There we go. We got 3 seconds for Lockie, 3 seconds for Apollo Beepus, 3 seconds for Tawdy. That's really unfortunate for those guys, but you're bound to see more and more. Oh, Tawdy's cracked it. He said, no more, Tawdy. Tawdy is just like, nope, I don't want to borrow that. I don't want to borrow that. I've got a penalty. I'm down to P13. I'm done. I'm done, fam. Toddy's left the session. But anyway, so we got a DRS train from Campbell Adams to Jono. So 2, 3, 4. Yusef Saeed, he has said, nope, I'm done. This is my race. I've got to cook. I've got to cook, fam, and my fam needs to eat. So he's probably going to pit on, I'd say, lap 20, lap 21 even. Because we had that safety car with a couple extra laps, that means he's going to be able to get a couple extra race laps in. That is for certain. He's got that clean air, and he's going to try and cook. He needs to try and do his best because those boys on those medium tires, they're probably going to come in, I'd say, on lap 11. I don't know. We could see an undercut here. Lap 10 might be a little bit early with that safety car that happened, but we will find out. These boys are about to head up into the pack. But then we've got the DRS train as well from P5 Oxchillo in that Mercedes all the way down to number 1 Swift. Bronsta is looking like he's trying to get up there with Swift, get a little bit of that DRS. And I tell you what, if Bronsta does get that job done, then he will be able to gain some positions. Because as you can see, that little black and white flag on your screen, that means those boys have a penalty, which means those 2, Apollo Beepus and Lockie, are going to be dropping down. But there we go. Number 1 Swift, here's your first medium runner into the pits. We are going to see how that undercut performs. Now, in these other races that we've seen through here, we've seen that undercut come through and be about a 3-second undercut. So we're just going to have to see. Is number 1 Swift going to be able to come out up and go up to like maybe P8, P9? I don't really know. That's a big call. You can see it right there. He's got 17 and a half seconds to Broadster. So he may, if Lockie, Apollo Beepus, and Broadster come in, then the unfortunate thing is Apollo Beepus and Broadster, they're both them prancing pony boys. They're driving that red car, that Ferrari. So, you know, you never know what's going to happen. If they double stack it in the pits, it's going to be angry, that's for sure. I need a drink. Sorry, boys. Can I get a coffee? No, mate. Jack and Cokes right now. I gotta catch my breath. All right, here we go. Lap 12, turn 1. We're starting to see a couple of boys come into the pits. We got Lockie coming into the pits. We got Oxchillo coming into the pits. We are on board right now with McJammy Dodge, also known as Meowsy Gaming. I don't know what Panic wants me to do. Panic wants me to send him an invite. Do you know how hard it is to like read that screen, be back and forth, talk in this accent? The worst part is I'm going to be talking for the rest of the night in my southern accent. Although the one that I put on isn't really my real accent. But moving on. Here we go. Panic, you got the invite there, boy. So McJammy Dodge, he's only 2/10 behind communicating with services. Trent. And is he? Oh, I tell you what, EA. Woo! You're about to see some Second Amendment riots. I tell you what. You know. Oh, whoever does a net code for EA, you should be fired. That's all I'm saying. You should be absolutely fired. No, I'm not drunk. It's just, being able to read the screens, mate. I've got 3 screens up here right now, and it's a struggle. I'll say that much. It's a struggle. I've got a little teeny tiny phone. I got a little teeny tiny laptop. I got a big screen with the game running and the stream so y'all can see it. But Wingy Woo is the only one in DRS. He's coming in the pits behind Jono, so these two are covering each other. Or should I say Wingy Woo is covering Jono's undercut on him. So now your top 3 are, what would happen, y'all, if a safety car comes out right now? Now, we're seeing, there's gaps everywhere, so it doesn't look to be too tight of a race. But Wingy Woo and Jono are definitely like 2 peas in a pod right now. They are like stank on, flies on it, whatever, white on rice, whatever sort of metaphor you want to use for things that are close together. Like Velcro, that hook and loop tape is what it is. Apollo Beepus with another 3-second penalty. Unfortunately, that means he's up to 6 seconds. He's trying to catch them cards like it's a hand of rummy. And that doesn't work here in the F1 Apollo Beepus. That does not work. Oxcello's looking pretty dicey, pretty racy. He's on the back of Wingy Woo, so the undercut worked well for Oxcello. Number 1 Swith has only made it up to P10 with his undercut, unfortunately, but he did clip the 2 prancing ponies. Those were ahead of him, and also Dante. But is Dante doing the double pit strat? I don't really know. It looks like Dante did the medium. Are y'all watching at home and paying attention to everything more than I can? Normally I'm a little bit more relaxed, but tonight I got to be amped up. It's a Friday night. It's a date night. It's a party night. It's a pizza night. Even though we had baked potatoes for dinner, but it is what it is. Much rather have baked potato, to be honest. Don't feel so bad after eating one of them baked potatoes. Had a little bit of that Texas chili on it tonight. That's no lie right there. Had some chili on my potato. You got to get, like out here in Australia, the only thing that you can get that's got the chili is called Stag's chili. You got to get yourself a can, put it on the next set of chips you get, the next set of baked potato you do or whatever. A little bit of that, a little bit of cheddar cheese. Woo-wee! Maybe even some sour cream. It's a barn burner, that one. I'll tell you that much right there. All right, lap 14. We're halfway through this race. Wingy Woo is looking dicey on the back of Jono. We're just going to hop up to him. He was 3/10 behind, but as they exit Sector 1 and go into Sector 2, he is struggling for grip on that uphill left. And he's got Oxchillo right on his booty. That gearbox of that Haas is definitely feeling a little bit of pressure from that there Mercedes. Jono is weaving all down the straight, trying to break that air, kind of covering that inside line, making sure that he doesn't get that slipstream all the way down into that tight left-hander. And here we go. We got a double right. Looking smooth through there. Here we go. We got a tight left, a double left, if you will. And then we got that 4 apex right-hander coming up. Really hard to overtake through there because you're going flat stick, as we can see the throttle control on Wingy Woo. On the bottom of your screen, that green line is throttle control. That red line is the brake. You can see him hit the brake right there. Swing that car to the left, do-si-do, as you do on the last turn as well. He's got the ERS open. He's got the DRS open. He's trying to catch Jono. He started down into none going into turn 1, which is a bit of a surprise. It looks like he's happy to just sit in P5 and stand behind your championship leader in Jono in that McLaren. But I know Jono right now might be a little bit worried. He might try to be figuring out what Wingy Woo is going to do next. And he's probably going to go for the pass on that long straight. So we're just going to stay on board with Wingy Woo. I'm not fading. You're fading, brother. You're fading. You got that little infant on your shoulder, on your chest. You're the one faded out, brother. Not me. It's you. That's for sure. This ain't one of them it's me, it's you thing. It's all you, brother. It's not me. I ain't faded. We're halfway through this race. We got Wingy Woo chomping at the bit of Jono. Jono has got the low wing set up. You see him get away on that straight. Woo-wee. He said, no thank you, Wingy Woo. Wingy Woo's wings must be so much higher than Jono because the getaway that Jono has is unbelievable. But when you watch Wingy Woo come through on the S's in these turns, he is right on the gearbox of that McLaren, trying to sniff it, seeing if there's any sort of oil spill or anything like that. As you know, they're in Texas, and you know what they got in Texas, boy? Oil. That is for sure. That's right, Panic, because for some reason you've done played this game for about 14 years and you don't know that you need to go to time trial before you accept the invite. Every single time you sit in that menu like invite, bro. And then we send you the invite and you just sit there on that black screen. Like, oh, I hate life. Every single time. Did you go to time trial? Prove me wrong. Did you go to time trial? Anyways, here we go. We got Wingy Woo. This is your battle at the minute. Campbell Adams, he has gone from P5 after that big incident on lap 4 or 5, and he is up on lap 16, P2, getting ready to have him a bite of that Yusuf. He wants some of that Syed. Looking at the back of that Williams car. Why is he in a Williams? I don't know. Maybe he can't read instructions in the Discord. We'll find out. I don't know how you have Discord and can't read, but here we are. It's 2025. Maybe he's got some sort of Texas speech keeping him alive. But Campbell Adams is half a second behind Yusuf. We're going into lap 17. 11 laps to go, chat. 11 laps to go. Campbell Adams is looking dicey on the back of that Williams, ready to make a pass, I'd say, on that long straight, because that's where most of you get it done. I'll tell you what, if I had a reindeer in this comms box right now, that would be so nice. That's all I'm going to say right there. Maybe I'd be able to get a little bit more of a breather in between all these lines and whatnot. But, you know, rack him up like a boys' night in Las Vegas, because we're going back to Wingy Woo. He is 3/10 on the back of Jono, is not able to get the move done going into turn 1. They're going to go through the S's. We're going back to Campbell Adams as they head down that long DRS straight. Campbell Adams is going to have DRS. He's got 89% battery. He's got the overtake cranked. Is that wing going to open on the line? Yes, it does. Here we go. Campbell Adams on Yusuf going down into, I'm going to call it turn 12. I don't know, and I don't care. He gets the move done. Campbell Adams is your leader. He has resumed lead of this race. They're going back and forth, back and forth. Side by side, do-si-do. Here we go, round the corner. It's a right-hander. It's a right-hander. Now it's a left-hander. Look at a little bit of crisscross applesauce. Here we go. Now they're going to hit that quadruple apex right-hander. Is Yusuf going to be able to get the job done? No, he can't. It is just flat stick through these turns. Here we go. He's going to slam down on them brakes down into 5th gear. Oh, he kicks it into 4th. A little bit more control of that car. They're going into the ultimately last turn of this race. Hitting that apex just right. That DRS wing is open. He's got 20% battery. Is he going to look for a move up the inside going into turn 1? Lap 18. 10 laps to go. Is he going to get it to stick? Campbell Adams covers the inside. They're going up into sector 1. He is right on the gearbox of that RB. Woo, wait. All right, now we're going back to Wingy Woo. Wingy Woo, it looks like Wingy Woo is just chilling. He has pulled the ox move. They're just chilling. Jono is now in P3. Meowsy Gaming in the Aston Martin has come into the pits with 10 laps to go, throwing on those medium tires. We still got to see Campbell Adams pit. We still got to see Yusuf pit. Oh, and the race center may have just happened. Wingy Woo on your screen, everybody, has picked up a 3-second penalty. A 3-second penalty, which is going to see him drop down to P5 at least. And that gives Jono a little bit of breathing room. He's probably pulling out his shirt collar like, woo, I can breathe a little bit better now. Let's get some air up in here. I'm sweating, boys. He's covering that inside down that long straight as he heads down. But you look at that McLaren. That McLaren just looks so quick going down that straight. He's covered the inside nicely. Wingy Woo still can't get the job done around him. Wingy Woo's got to be angry. He's got to be fighting.
Good evening, Thunder.
Oh, I've got a Serbian in here. Help me out there, brother. How you going there, Panic?
Not bad. I can't do that for American accent, but geez, I don't know how I'll keep up with your energy, man.
Nah, you gotta have a few more drinks, maybe have a couple of them Long Island iced teas. I'm going like quadruple deep in these Jack and Cokes. I tell you what, Oxchillo is P5 at the minute. I feel like Oxchillo is happy with this result. He's got Campbell Adams in front of him, followed by Youssef, followed by Jono, followed by Wingy Woo, and then himself. Would you say Oxchillo's a little bit happy with his result in P5?
I think he's gonna be able to move with that position, but the race not over yet, so we've got another 9 laps to go.
It,
Oxley should be wrapped with that result.
That's right. And like you just said, the race is not over. And there's one thing that you need to take note of. If you're watching at home and you're seeing this on your screen, right now, McJammy Dodge, Meowsy Gaming, he's on the medium tires. He is
Oh
in
no,
P6 at the minute. Oxchillo just picks up a 3-second. Oh, that's
no!
got to be soul crushing for him because he sees McJammy Dodge just lighting it up right behind him. He's on the mediums. He has made up 7/10 a second in the last sector, Panic. 7/10. McJammy Dodge is hungry. He wants a piece of that. He could be in line for a podium. It all depends if he can make them tires stick. He's only 1.2 seconds. He's going to have DRS at the start of lap 20. He's done set the fastest sector 2. He's going for the fastest lap on the tires. Youssef just with a 3-second penalty.
Oh,
Oh no, that's going to be absolutely killer for him. And that effectively, everybody, if you're watching at home, and you should be right now because you're listening to me lose it in a Texas accent, Campbell Adams and Youssef may have cooked themselves by their strategy call. They still got to come in and pit. And that pit lane is going to be what, 23, 24 seconds? You got to figure this out.
about that.
McJammy Dodge with your fastest lap of the race, a 134.2. There it is. He is looking dicey. He's got past Oxchillo. He's going through sector 1 in those S's. He's only 5/10 behind Wingy Woo. Is he going to be able to get the job done on Wingy Woo soon, Panic?
Yeah, I think he definitely will. He's got the pace at the moment. He's flying through the grid, but the Oxford with the 3-second penalty, that's gonna hurt. It's like being in Texas and owning a truck and not having a shotgun. So that's really gonna be painful for him.
And with all the energy of a Mary Potter hospice, Panic has answered that question. So here we go. McJammy Dodge, only 4/10 behind Wingy Woo. They're on that long straight. Let's watch them on the screen. Is Meowsy Gaming going to get it done? He's down to 2/10, 1/10, swings it to the inside, hits on that brake. Here we go. 100 meters to go. Braking hard, swinging it to the left. Now he is P4 right behind Jono. Got it done. Wingy Woo doesn't have the confidence nor the tires to keep it sticky with the 2-lap mediums. Here we go. Meowsy Gaming is your P4 at the minute. And we see Youssef. Youssef has come into the pits. Now this frees up Campbell a little bit. There is no more DRS that Campbell needs to worry about defending. However, we're going to see what happens with Jono, so let's get on board with Jono. Let's watch Jono on this screen, everybody. Now, he does have Meowsy Gaming right behind him, and he's looking like he might get a pass done up on this Sector 1. But where is Youssef going to come out? Let's hop on board with Youssef, actually. He does come back out on P2. Looks like things get a little bit dicey. I don't know what's going to happen. McJammy Dodge gets the job done on Jono. Is McJammy Dodge going to be able to line up Youssef? I don't know. But here we go. Campbell Adams has a 19-second lead. A 19-second lead, Pennick. Will Campbell Adams be able to get the pit done?
Yeah, if they continue battling like this, he'll definitely gonna get the pit done and come on top of this race.
I tell you what, boy, I want you to read me a nighttime story because I'm going to fall asleep so quick with you talking. Goddamn Pennick. Find some energy, boy. Find some energy. Get up out your seats. We're in Austin, Texas, Circuit of the Americas. The big flags are flying out here because the stars are bright, deep at night, deep in the heart of Texas. That's right. But Jono is looking to get the move done on McJammy Dodge or Meowsy Gaming. They're going side by side. Look at this. No wheel rubbing. Everything is clean here. Compared to the first 4 laps of this race, I thought this was a goddamn UFC fight. I tell you what, it looked like there were elbows out, a little bit of blood sport happening, maybe some Jean-Claude Van Damme, a little bit of hands dipping in the glass. You know what I'm saying? Good answer, Panic. Thank you very much, mate. Thanks for playing the game. So we got Wingy Woo in the Haas right behind Jono. He is only 6 tenths behind. 3 tenths behind. He is making it stick. He's on that 8-lap-old hards. McJammy Dodge is trying to get away at the minute, but Jono is just reeling him in, saying, nah, fish, you got to come back here. Campbell Adams is out of the pits in P2. But Youssef does have that 3-second penalty. So right now, if you're Miyaza Gaming, if you're Jono, you got to keep your necks clean and keep on the back of that gearbox in that RB.
Yeah, I knew the Campbell's going to jump up at least P2 or P3 because the guys are battling and he's just using too much time to Campbell. So I hope he catch a breath there for a second. He can give me that energy and get a drink.
Mate, I got my drink in my hand. I've had my drink in my hand this whole damn race. I tell you what, I've got a personal bartender tonight, and my fiance, she's been an absolute legend ever since I started this whole sim racing thing, which you know. But here we go. We got Jono and McJammy Dodge, tired ass, going through that hairpin. Now here we go, that double right-hander. Now we're starting to see a bit of a tire difference. As McJammy Dodge or Miyaza Gaming's on them 4-lap-old mediums. Jono's on those 9-lap-old hards. Now, is Jono going to be able to make those hards stick? As we know, the hards get the easy tire wear here in Texas. Don't they, Panic?
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's the path to go.
I tell you what, Panic Man, if anyone in the chat ever needs a hype man, y'all got to call Panic. Panic is going to hype you up straight to your pillow to bedtime because it's night. Come on, Panic, get out your seat. Grab a drink. Let's have a drink together. We got 5 laps to go here in Austin, Texas. I'm screaming the house down. I'm actually sweating, brother, calling this race. 5 laps to go. Jono P4, he is your championship leader. Miyaza Gaming in P3 right now. And I believe he is in P5 in the championship. Campbell Adams, he's P6 in the championship because he missed a race, I believe. I think he missed Silverstone. And then we got Youssef in P1. Looking strong, but he does have that 3-second penalty. However, Youssef and Campbell are pulling away at the minute.
I fired my bartender, so that's why I'm a bit depressed here. So no drinks for me, mate. And Campbell makes a move stick on Youssef, so he's P1 again. Off he goes.
He does. Campbell Adams is now your leader of
Oh,
this
he's just
race.
gone off track.
And we're seeing
And he gets it.
Jono and McJammy Dodge. Miyaza Gaming and Jono. I tell you what, boys, I better see some of this in that Clips channel we were talking about earlier tonight. Where about that clean racing. Because as far as I'm concerned, y'all have kept it clean. And I have seen you guys never my words, I'm getting stuck on them. You've never left each other's sides. And it's been a really good race from both of y'all. Yabba dabba dude. That's all, folks. Panic, I need you to take it for a minute.
Copy that. Yes, Ranieri, I'll be happy to come to your funeral, mate. I'll put everybody to sleep, not just you. You'll be sleeping already, I mean, because you'll be going down. So, yeah, Yusuf went off track again. So I don't know how many he's got the track limits going for him, but he's already got 3 seconds. So I think one more, and yeah, he'll be on 6 seconds, and see you later for that one. McJammy, 5 seconds behind. I think the tire wear is kicked in now. So him and John are going to truly battle towards the end. And with Winji Wu, they're going to be battling for the P3, I believe. Coming the last, what do we have here? Last 4 laps or so? Just under 4 laps. The bottom of the grid is pretty much separated from ZK down, about 9 seconds. Ox Chili is in the mix as well with Minjiru, so this is going to be a great battle towards the end. So the top 2, and from P3 to P6. Let's see what's going to happen here. I hope you catch your breath, had a drink, and take a ray with your beautiful Texas redneck accent. Off you go.
Thank you very much, Panic. I appreciate that. So we got 5 laps to go, 4.5 if you're actually keeping count. But here we are, 4.5 laps to go, only 1 sector to go for these boys before they start with 4 laps. And you're looking at Campbell Adams, you're looking at Youssef, you're looking at McJammy, Jono, Wingy Woo, and then Ox Chillo, followed by ZK. Now, ZK is one of the new boys on the track. He's had a cracker of a race. He hasn't really fought for the top, but at the same time, I think he's kept it clean. Haven't really seen him lose it too much. And, you know, you haven't watched him drop down the grid or anything. And he's doing really well for Alpine. And Alpine is your team, isn't it, Panic?
Oh yeah, definitely is, mate. So yeah, I had a shock of a race here. So he's doing better than me. So well done, good on him. Get some Alpine points, mate. Off you go.
All right, fantastic there, Panic. So yeah, Panic is in the Alpine. Unfortunately, he did miss his teammate last night in Fish Lips, and unfortunately, Fish Lips was just too tuckered out from working so much. It is what it is.
Yeah, I
I
think
understand, brother.
unfortunately Fish, Fish couldn't make it. He was down the pier, mate, and he got hooked by fishermen. So he stayed with him, so he couldn't make it to the race, unfortunately.
That's what I'm talking about. Bit of banter there, my Serbian friend. That's what it needs to happen. If y'all didn't catch that, it's because his name is Fish Lips. All right? That's how he got hooked by a fisherman. Just so y'all know. And Paisan is in the chat saying I had a Red Bull. Red Bull gives you wings, but I'm more of a monster boy. You know what I'm saying? I like that green energy drink. Give it to me. Oxchillo is looking pretty good against Wingy Woo going into there. So we got 3.5 laps to go. Is Oxchillo going to be able to get the move done on Wingy Woo? I don't really know. Wingy Woo has looked at the back of that McLaren, and I think he's just all done trying, to be honest. But Oxchillo is looking dicey in that Mercedes. He is ready to give it up on that Haas. We're going to see what happens going into turn one. Wingy Woo does not have DRS, that is for sure. So Wingy Woo's got no protection. He's going in raw. And Oxchillo is right behind him, getting a little bit squiggly as you see that Mercedes go side by side. Going up to turn one. Here we go. That DRS is open. He is on hot lap. He's not burning. Is he going to duck up the inside? No, he doesn't. He just stays behind, throws it in the medium battery, looking like he's saving it for another lap. And what he might be doing, you know what I reckon he's doing there, Panic?
Copy. What he's doing, mate?
Huh. Got no idea. I tell you what. But I tell you what,
He should have made a mistake.
I think Oxchillo is going to wait for lap 28 to make that move on Wingy Woo.
Yeah, they're on the same tire, so same tire wear. So
Yep.
hopefully he can make it stick. It'll be it'll be a good position for him if he can move up to P5.
But you know what? Looking at them penalties, though, it doesn't matter. If Oxchillo keeps his nose cleaner than the boys' trip down to Vegas, then he doesn't have to worry about it. Because Wingy Woo's got a 6-second penalty. Oxchillo's half a click behind, even though Oxchillo does have a 3-second pan.
Yeah, yeah. So he'll jump in either way. So there's no point fighting him. But what else we got here? So as we said, ZK. So good on him. Him and Lockie, the Alpines, the P10, P11. So yeah,
Oh,
for
and
the
right as you
Alpines,
say
that'd
that,
be a good.
unfortunately, Lockie picks up
Oh
another
no! Come to
3-second
this first.
penalty.
Oh
Commentator's
no! Sorry,
curse.
Lockie.
Oh,
Sorry, Lockie.
oh no. For the Alpine driver, well, see, the
Oh,
interesting thing here is Lockie is a late check-in. He normally drives for my team, Aston Martin. However, Lockie was a late check-in, so he's just said, you know what? I'm just happy to drive. Here we go in the Alpine. Is what it is.
this
We'll fix it
explains it.
all up in Racing League Tools. It doesn't really matter. But we got 2 laps to go. Your driver of the day. Who is going to be your driver of the day? You were only here for, a cow's fart a time, but what was your driver of the day?
I'll probably say McJammy.
Yeah, you're going with Meowsy, and I'm right on board with you. That Aston
Yeah,
Martin driver, I'm not trying to be biased, and I'm glad you said his name first, but Meowsy Gaming, McJammy 481 Dodge, is also my driver of the day. He's kept his nose clean this entire race. He's had a cracker of a race. And that's not to discredit, your likes like Campbell Adams or Youssef that have had great races themselves. But McJammy Dodge, he's come through the pack. He's put that car back where it belongs, up on that podium. He does have Jono right behind him, though. And we're going into the last lap, but I don't think Jono's going to make up that time. But we'll find out. He's 1.3 seconds behind. Doesn't look like it's going to happen on this lap. Jono has to have a ripper of a lap to make it stick. As we see Dante pick up another 3. Unfortunate for the Red Bull driver there. I don't think Dante really likes this track.
nah, it doesn't seem like it. But I think the tire wear is sort of equal with Jono and McJammy. So McJammy is jamming out Texas, I tell you. So definitely my drive of the day.
Yeah, hands down. And now we're just going to go to this Broadster Trent battle. Broadster is looking like, I don't want to say he's struggling, but he's not looking like the normal Broadster I know. It's looking like he's just having an off night in that Ferrari.
Yeah,
It's so
looking
strange
fun.
to say because, we saw him get the elbows out against, it looked like, I think, I think it was Wiggy Woo or maybe ZK. I can't remember. But we're on that last lap of the race. Here we are. You know, let's ride on board with Campbell Adams. We haven't really done
Yeah.
much stuff with Campbell Adams, but let's ride on board. He hits that brake so smooth, this number one driver in Oceania. I tell you what. Now we're going to go up this hill. The sun is normally beaming right in your face as you get to the top of the hill, but it's not today. Bit of clouds in the sky here in Texas, and then we're going to get to that 100-meter board, and he's just going to get on them brakes hard. Smooth braking, cuts that corner just nicely. We're going to go through the double right-hander. Good apex, smooth on that throttle. You watching it at the bottom, everybody? Watch that throttle at the bottom. This man's got throttle control for days. Can't teach me none, though, because we don't talk, but it is what it is. Now we're going up against this quadruple apex right-hander. So it's a dip, a cut, and then a dip and a dip. And you're swinging it wide, throwing it down to fifth, off the throttle, little bit toppy on the brakes, down to third. Going to cut this one. You don't want to catch that yellow bump. He's got the fist pump, and there it is. Campbell Adams is your winner in Circuit of the Americas for RMPT F1, followed by Yusuf. And then here comes McJamie Dodge, commentator, driver of the day in the Aston Martin P3, followed by Jono, Wingy Woo with a 6-second penalty, which goes to see Oxchillo take P5 from him. Then we got Broadsta coming in. They're going through Sector 3. He's got Trent right on his gearbox. Is Trent going to be able to get the move done? Probably not, but you know, you got to keep that suspense up. That's what it's all about, keeping the suspense up for everybody else. Here we go. We got Broadsta, Trent, number one Swift with no penalties, takes P7, goes from P9 to P7. Then we got ZK in P10, Lockie P11, followed by Apollo Beepus and Dante, looking like they're just holding hands, lollygagging through Sector 3. I tell you what, this Ferrari, this Red Bull, they're just happy to get this race over with, I think, at this point. Wouldn't you say they're panicked?
Oh yeah, 100%, mate.
What,
100%. I think they're gonna do. They're gonna go together over the line, by the looks of it.
you reckon they're in that voice chat together?
Most likely, yeah. Just by the looks of it.
Oh,
Oh, Dante,
Dante!
another three.
Dante picks up another three on the
Oh,
penultimate turn. Unfortunate for the Red Bull driver. Spins it, does the 360 across the line. You know what? When you're last, you're last. It don't matter. Ricky Bobby, baby. Shake and bake. Here we go. So
shake and bake.
let's let's go ahead and we'll see if we can get this top three up in this comms box.
No points for Marty. No points, mate. Catch your breath, Mr. Thunder. Catch your breath.
I need
You
to,
gotta do the
mate. I
interviews
need
now.
to.
You gotta get.
I
You
need
gotta do
to.
interviews. I jumped in here. I'm like, how am I going to get this energy? It's unbelievable. I'm like, should I press accept on this invite? Yes or no?
Not wrong, brother. Not wrong. It is
Ah, that was
definitely
a
one of
great
those
commentary,
things.
man. It was awesome. Good race, though. Good race, lads. Really good race.
Yeah, look, lap one was a little bit dicey. I need to get some things on the
Yeah.
screen. I need. Oh, I missed it. Okay, here we go. No, we're good. We're good. We're good. All right, so Jono is your games driver of the day. Then we got Broadsta with the most overtakes. Your cleanest driver and the comms driver of the day is McJamie Dodge or Meowsy Gaming. And then fastest lap and your race winner is Campbell Adams. So it's gonna be a bit of a championship shakeup as we go into
Yeah.
the final race of the season over in the Belgium Alps in
Just gotta,
Spa-Francorchamps.
just gotta cut you off, Matt, for a second. So I don't know what Mars is talking about his points, mate. I wasn't here when he put the vote in, so I'll decline that vote. Yeah, avoid it, mate. So no points for you. Thank you. I
Look,
wasn't here, so
look,
yeah.
there may have been something he spent his points on.
No idea, mate. I have no clue what he's
Oh
talking about.
yeah, I need to do the point payout. That's right. There was
No, you
no.
do not.
Well, I do.
I disagree.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that point payout because there is no second safety car. There you go. Points paid out.
Oh, you win, you got my 1.1K. Come on, Martha.
It all matters. All right. It all matters, Panic. I'm just gonna go ahead and clip the incidents for those. Oh, good lord. Oh, of course it's Texas, so there's penalties for days.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I'm probably not gonna get to the bottom of the list by the time the ticker runs out, but here we go. I've invited those three into the comments box. I don't know if they're here. We'll find out.
Oh, I will check that for you, mate. We got Mousy Gaming, and we got Mr. Campbell Adam.
All right, well, let's go ahead and start with Meowsy Gaming. McJammy 481 Dodge. Look, mate, I'm out of breath. I don't know if you had the stream going next to you, um, but
No, I
Yeah.
didn't.
all right, good. Uh, you brought in some good points for Aston Martin. You had a really good race and you ended up P3. Did it go to plan for you?
No, not really. I mean, the start was it was head loss. Like I had a slow reaction and I got wheel spin right after, so I was like effectively P4 before 100 meters. So that was suboptimal. And then on the safety car restart, I was brake dragging too much, and I started the restart on like 148-degree engine temp. So yeah, I was basically like a sitting duck for the entire first stint. So I was just basically getting swamped by everyone on the straight. They basically had an extra. They had basically DRS on me, from the deficit I had. So that was probably, yeah, that was really stupid from me. I should have been a bit more careful with my engine on the safety car restart, but it's fine. I managed to get P3, which I think was probably going to be the max anyway. I'm not too sure if I was at the top of the train, if I could have stayed within a 3-second buffer within Yusuf. I think I could have. I had similar-ish pace to him when I was in cleaner against him on the hard stint. Obviously, he was a lot quicker on the mediums because of how earlier I boxed compared to him. I had decentish pace, but I don't think really indicative for P2 or P1. So I guess this is really the maximum I could have gone. So yeah.
So overall, you're a bit disappointed with the start, but you're happy with the end result.
Yeah, I guess so.
Um, and I do want to say you were commentator's driver of the day. Try not to show any bias towards you. Panic called it first, but you had my vote as well, mate. You had a fantastic drive, and we saw you drop positions in the beginning of the race, and you certainly made up for it towards the end. So fantastic drive from you. Congratulations on P3.
Yep.
And Panic, what do you have for Meowsy Gaming?
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Miyazzi, mate. Great result. I think you've done really well, so definitely drive of the day for me. Is this one of your good tracks, or how do you find Texas?
Um,
What's the rating?
yeah, I enjoy it. It's pretty good. I mean, the last time I raced here was about 3 weeks ago, and it was one of my best races, so I was going into it a bit confident. I mean, I'm not too sure if I drove better today or not, but obviously because of PSGL happening no, today really, Campbell and Yusuf have been doing practice for that, so yeah, it definitely extended the gap between us quite a lot. So yeah, it's a good track of mine. I feel like it's probably one of my top seven-ish, top five tracks. So I like it. It's fun to drive on. So yeah, good racing as well.
Oh, good, mate. So what just a quick follow up, and then we'll move on to Mr. Campbell, because I know that Mr. Thunderballs over here definitely needs to arrest his voice and maybe put some ice in his mouth to cool himself down after this race. How coming to Belgium, coming to Spa? How do you think you're gonna go? What's it gonna be like for you?
Yeah, I like Belgium. It's pretty good, but to be honest, I think it's going to be something similar to today. I think the gap between myself, Yusuf, and Campbell is still going to be too big to really make it a, a direct challenge for the win. If I do have a slight mistake, or if I just for one moment get out of DRS, then really I'm confined to P3 or even lower. So yeah, I'm looking. It's going to be a good race, but I don't think I will have enough pace to go for the win. So yeah, I think I'll just have to sell for another podium potentially.
No worries, mate. Well, thank you tonight. Great race, great result from you. And you never know what's going to happen next week. Campbell just might bin it. So
Yeah,
we never know.
fair
But
enough.
yeah, great result, man. Awesome stuff. So hopefully we'll see you next week on track.
Yep, thank you.
All right, now we'll head over to Campbell Adams, the winner of the race. Campbell, you started this race in P4 in the championship. You came out P1 tonight at COTA. You feeling pretty strong as we head into the last race of Spa?
Yeah, feeling pretty good. We'll see how it goes, I guess.
Are you all right? I've listened to the feedback and I know what the feedback is, right? But I'm gonna ask you on stream, how do you feel about 100% races?
Um, I don't mind it. I think it's. I think they're all right. Especially it is like a reverse grid, isn't it, of
Yes.
championship order,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah. So I think it being 100% makes sense because it gives everyone a chance to get into their position, but it also makes carnage. So I think it'll be a good race. I think it will be not be a lack of carnage, that's for sure. So or entertainment. So I think it'll be good.
Yeah. Now we saw there was an incident. I want to say it was about lap four. It looked like maybe you and Yusef came together, and you just dropped like 4 or 5 positions out of the middle of nowhere. What happened?
Yeah. So I think it was lap four, just on the safety car restart, and Yusuf was defending from Wingy Woo, and just he told me because we were in a call together that he just completely missed his braking and just hit me and spun me around, but he did save. He did kind of point me back in the right direction, but at that point I was kind of swallowed up by everyone. So he took me out, but he also saved me. So it was fine. I knew I had the better tires at that point, and I felt pretty strong in my pace as well.
Yeah, good, good. Well, man, like, as always, like you came out to the grid and your first lap was a 129.9. It was actually called in the Discord chat, or the Twitch chat, I should say, by Roshan that you would get that time. And, you kind of just put the foot down and the throttle and never looked back. So, congratulations on your race win here at COTA. And Panic, what have you got for Campbell?
Good evening, Mr. Campbell. It's been a while,
Good
mate.
evening. Yep, sure has.
Man of really short answers. I like it. Now, so quick question, mate. So when the strategy we're on, we were sure that you're gonna come down to like P3 or something, but you pulled it off. You just squeezed out of those pits, mate, and you cut them off into the turn one. That was yeah, that was a close call. Were you sure of your strategy?
Yeah, I was. As you said, we had PSGL today, so we'd been practicing, especially race, just strategy, like what one's the best. So, um, as always, it is medium hard that's better. But if you're out front, hard medium is just so much better. So me and Yusuf kind of, and I think Meowsy did the same, just all went hard medium. So I knew the pit lane loss was about 18 seconds, and I saw I had 19.2 to Meowsy, so I knew I'd fit in right between Yusuf and Meowsy. So I got fortunate that they were obviously battling a lot on my in lap, but yeah, just timed it well.
Yeah, that's what I said. That battling is just playing right into your hands for that pit stop. So I think me and Thana both got it wrong. That we thought it was a 20 plus seconds pit stop. So
Right, yeah.
obviously, yeah, yeah, that worked out really well for you. So once you jumped out, so it didn't really matter to be honest if you were P3 or P2. You did have the freshest tires, and you were just gone. So that was very well done, obviously. So you know your strategy, you know how good you are. So congratulations again, mate. And yeah, happy to see you and on the podium again.
Good to see you, Panic. Good to talk to you.
Um, happy with the 100% race next week. So you're gonna be obviously having your own strategy, starting from the back of the grid.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. I'm not sure what strategy I'm going to do. I've never done it 100% at Spa, so we'll have to see. It might rain as well, so it could be a lot of strategies to play off.
No worries, mate. Don't want to hold up too long. Mr. Thunder needs to go rest his voice. So congratulations. See you next week.
Thank you. Cheers, guys.
Thank you. And
Cheers, mate.
just on that note that Campbell just said, next week at Spa, strategy will come into play. I'm just going to let all the drivers know strategy will come into play next weekend at Spa. However, Panic, thank you so much for joining me in the comms box. It was a blast having you, bantering back and forth. I know I cooked you a little bit, man. You were a great sport about it. I appreciate you, man. I love you. Thank you so much for joining us. But that's been it from Titans here at RMPT F1. Tune in tomorrow night. We've got Division 2. I'll be on the grid for that one. And we'll have a couple of other people in the comms box. Who knows? You might be able to redeem some points, and maybe Ranieri will throw on a Billy Bob voice. We'll find out. But, as I end every stream with, mental health matters, physical health matter, and you matter. And if you're feeling down, if you're feeling hurt, always reach out to your friend network. Reach out for support. You might be overwhelmed with the support you receive. So thank you very much for watching. This has been RMPT F1 Titans at COTA, and we will see you tomorrow night for Division 2. Thank you, and have a good night. I forgot to change cars, y'all. I'm sorry, but Campbell Adams drives an RB.